The ancient Jedi Order feared the ancient Sith a great deal. Back in the days of the ancient Sith Empire, they had different classes, similar to how the Jedi Order maintained this, such as a Jedi Guardian, Jedi Consular, and a Jedi Sentinel. The Sith too of the ancient Empire had classes of their own, but there was one class that the Jedi feared above any other. One version of a Sith Lord that denoted extreme power and knowledge of specifically the dark side of the Force, and a class that most times proved to be far more powerful than even the most skilled of Jedi Masters. In the days of the ancient Sith Order, I am talking about Sith Sorcerers or Sith Mages. What makes a Sith Mage so unique is they were always in the background of the Sith Empire, to the point where they were one of the most well-kept secrets. A Sith Mage was sort of a trump card for the larger Sith Order. In fact, many of the Sith Sorcerers and Sith Mages that were known throughout the Jedi were only the leaders of the Sith Empire, as they kept the identities and powers of the rest of the Sith Sorcerers in the background. Many times, a Sith Sorcerer would grow among the ranks of a Sith Empire extremely easily. Sith Sorcerers such as Naga Sadow and Exar Kun, both Sith Lords that became the most powerful reigning Dark Lord of the Sith that ever lived during their time, in large part due to their affinity with the dark side magic. As I've stated, some of the most powerful Sith Lords in all of Star Wars have been Sith Mages, such as Naga Sadow, Frida Nad, Exar Kun, Darth Zana, and Darth Sidious. In a sense, the existence of a Sith Sorcerer or a Sith Mage was the greatest secret of the ancient Sith Empire. But what exactly is a Sith Sorcerer or a Sith Mage? We'll discuss that right now. Many Sith had the actual ability and affinity to use the Force in its rawest form. However, a Sith Mage took the Force, studied it, and then transformed it, something that not all Sith and not all Jedi can do. Sith Sorcerers actually managed to amplify their power through rituals, talismans, and spells, all of which that were designed to focus specifically the dark side of the Force. These Sith Lords had to be naturally powerful within the Force to begin with, but because of these ancient incarnations, they grew far more powerful than the rest of their Sith brethren. There are specifically two different types of Sith Mages. One that studies the dark side of the Force, books, and various knowledge on the dark side and Sith spells, and the other, more dangerous version of those that are just naturally gifted with Sith magic. Individuals that are naturally gifted with them, such as Darth Sidious and Naga Sadow. In fact, it is highly believed that one of the major reasons Darth Sidious was more powerful than Darth Vader, or may have remained more powerful even than Darth Vader, was his knowledge of Sith magic. Darth Vader did have a knowledge of talismans and magics, but not on the level of the Emperor. And this is why some fans actually believe that if Darth Vader still had never been injured on Mustafar, Darth Sidious still may have maintained the upper hand. Perhaps the most dangerous of all the Sith Mages may be Exar Kun, who wore talismans of his own to amplify his own power in the dark side of the Force. In the days of the ancient Sith Order, a Sith Mage may not actually be a Dark Lord, inheriting the title of Darth, as in the days of the ancient Sith Empire, they were viewed as two separate things. However, a Darth very well could become a Sith Mage and vice versa. The most famous Force ability of a Sith Mage is actually an ability that's very common for dark side wielders, that being Force Lightning. However, when a Sith Mage wielded Force Lightning, it was far more dangerous and intense. Typically, a Sith Mage focused more on the dark side of the Force and the Force itself as their weapon, and because of this, typically only wielded a single lightsaber in combat. Something else that makes the class of a Sith Mage extremely unique is they actually existed before the Dark Jedi ever encountered the Sith, and sort of shaped the more modern Sith. In fact, the Sith Mage was a creation of the original pure-blooded Sith Empire. In ancient manuscripts, it talks about Sith kings leading their armies into battle, but keeping their Sith sorcerers and Sith mages high up on mountaintops, as it was their job to create incarnations and spells and cast them upon the battling armies below. It is believed that the last true Sith Lord that was a pure Sith Mage or Sith sorcerer would be a sorceress in Darth Zana, as again Darth Sidious sort of represented the culmination of all of the Sith, taking all of their aspects into one being of the dark side of the Force, and was not purely a Sith sorcerer. So again, Darth Zana is widely considered the last pure sorceress. But there you have it, guys, one of the greatest secrets and most powerful weapons of the Sith Empire, that being a Sith Mage or a Sith sorcerer, a great weapon of the dark side of the Force. But what are your thoughts on the Sith sorcerers and Sith mages? And had you heard of them before this video? As always, my friends, thank you guys so much for watching. May the Force be with you, and have a great day.